Hey guys, welcome to another Great New Residence video. It has been a few days since the last one, and I haven't really been playing much in the last few days. Actually, before getting into the updates, I have a little update to share with you guys first. Uh, I was actually trying to upgrade our world to the latest nightly version. I did everything. I even updated Twist myself since the latest version of Twist Space Technologies was not fully compatible with the new GTNH version. I had to go into the code and change a few things to make it work. I have all of that done. I upgraded the pack. And when I upgraded the pack, I noticed a few things. First of all, I guess the minor one is that the space mining modules were heavily nerfed, like heavily nerfed. Basically, what they did was add different plasma. So right now, the only plasma that you can actually use, or the only ones, are the helium, bismuth, and redox. So basically, they added two more, and when they added two more, they nerfed all three of them, all the existing ones. And even radon is less than half. It gives less and than half the amount that the yeah, this does. So this was more than a 50% nerf. And by the way, the tier 4 plasma is still not comparable to this. It's still like half, maybe a little bit more than half. I don't quite remember, but it's still very nerfed. And the last plasma is just slightly better than the current radon plasma. Um, so yeah, that was pretty bad. I mean, I think it was. I don't mind they adding new plasmas, but I think the nerf for the earlier plasmas were too heavy. And the thing is, the new plasma, I don't think it's even in this version. Okay, there it is. I don't know if this is as a recipe. It doesn't. But this uses something called selenium, I think. Selenium? No. Okay, I can find it, but it's basically a material that you need to process copper for it, and it only has like a 3% chance to get. And it's pretty. I'm not even really sure why it's in the game. It seems, yeah, as you guys can see, it doesn't even have a recipe in this version, and this is for the tier 4 plasma, and for the tier 5 plasma, there's another one which I think is plutonium. 241, this one here. And yeah, it's this recipe, I'm pretty sure. But this requires Mark V fusion. But yeah, anyway, just to say that the space mining was heavily nerfed, I think the nerf was too harsh. Um, in my opinion, I think they should have nerfed a bit the Raylon plasmas and of course all of the other plasmas that come before. But the tier 4 plasma, especially since it's so hard to get, it should be slightly better than the current radon plasma, and then the tier 5 plasma, this one here, should be um, should be better or considerably better than the current radon one. At least I think that makes more sense. I think the nerf was too harsh. But just a bit later I figured that this was not really even my worst concern, because after that I noticed a bug. And I'm not sure if this is related with the upgrade, if it's related with something else. But basically, what happened was that most of my fluid cells, the partitioning got messed up. I'm not really sure if this is an AE bug or if this is this is a GTNH bug. But yeah, most of my fluid cells ended up with well, the basically something shifted around the IDs, so some of the cells basically got partitioned to another thing that they weren't before. So to fix this, basically I had to partition, or I'd have to partition all of my cells again. But I didn't really end up going that far because then I ended up finding another bug which was related with the NEI, and this was the basically the last straw. I remember that I did some kind of group, some kind of grouping thingy. Um, and after that, when I tried to open my ME terminal, my game would crash. So yeah, that I need to use NEI, as you guys know. I think everyone knows that NEI is needed. So yeah, I ended up reverting back to the old version. The only thing I did was upgrade the twist to 0.6.3. I was running 0.6.2 before. So now the mega arrays are finally fixed. So I can show you guys one that I built in a little bit. But yeah, that was my saga of upgrading or trying to upgrade to the latest nightly. Yeah, I'm really hoping they fix at least the NEI one. I'm not really expecting this to be changed, but I think a change is necessary for that, especially to make Selenium or whatever it's called more accessible because currently, yeah, it's this thingy here. Yeah, as you guys can see, this has the piles, but the piles were removed, so you just have the dust. Now in this, yeah, this needs some kind of copper, which is really annoying. Uh, but but yeah, yeah. I'm just hoping that in a few nightlies I'll be able to upgrade because I completely forgot to mention, but the main reason I wanted to upgrade was actually because of the creeps, the crafting input buffers. Yeah, these ones here. These basically are like this, but they allow fluids, and I'm at a point in the game where they are starting to really become necessary. Otherwise, I need to do subnets for everything, which I don't really feel like doing, or setting up the universal system, which I also don't really feel like doing. So yeah, basically this got buffed, and instead of being late UIV, which requires spacetime, it just requires tier 7 water and yeah, UEV components. So it's much easier and simple to get. And I am at a point right now where I could simply craft this if I updated the pack. So yeah, this was my main goal for upgrading, but unfortunately it didn't really work out. I'm still thinking about just skipping this stuff and just cheating some of them, since I wanted to upgrade, and yeah, because of the bugs I couldn't upgrade, but I still really want to do this, or to have this. Because then we can finally replace all of this shit garbage ingredient buffers. It would be an amazing upgrade to do. So yeah, I guess all of this update shenanigans kind of put me out of the game. So yeah, in the last few days I haven't really been playing that much because of it, especially yesterday and the day before. So yeah, I was a bit sad with all of this. But yeah, moving on. Let's move on to let's wait a little bit more for that. But yeah, but just coming to here, I was doing some upgrades. So yeah, these two are now running lasers, and they are both running UHV 256, which is basically UXV power. So yeah, both of these assembly lines are running much faster now. I also wanted to upgrade these ones here, but these ones require way more power to become faster. They are already running UMV power, yeah, UMV power on this, but yeah, I still need to do some upgrades. But before that, I think I'll need to upgrade the power to here. This is max plus 1 power, I'm pretty sure. But I really think I should do some upgrades in the meantime as well. Oh, and also, another thing I forgot to mention, I already have access to the UAV energy edge as well, but I haven't really upgraded many of the machines to use it, so so yeah, right now I'm just doing some other stuff and really not playing much. But yeah, moving on to our tier 7 water. Um, but yeah, this is basically the bit decoder thingy for the wait, it's 5. I mean, that's clearly that's not 5. I can tell you guys right now that is not 5. That's what's that? That should be 7. No, that should be 9 or 10 maybe. Anyway, yeah, this is the bit decoder tier 7 water. I'm using Open Computers, of course, to do it. It's much simpler. I wrote the program myself. I can show you guys really quickly if I remember how to close this out. Yeah, let's go to the tier 7 water. Not this. Edit tier 7 water.lua. So yeah, basically just I decode the value. I do bit operations to get each of the bits from the signal. Um, and yeah, if I just then do the combinations depending on what bits are on and depending on what bits are off. That's basically it, and it works pretty well. I might have missed a few ones, but yeah, for now it's working pretty well. I did everything with, or at least I tried to do everything with the bit operations instead of parsing the this and trying to look for the position. That's kind of cringe. But I guess it works fine as well. But yeah, that's mostly how it works. You can also do this with redstone, of course, but redstone is yeah, I think you need to use some of the advanced circuits from Project Red, and I didn't really want to look into that. And since this is bit stuff, I just figured the computer it's way easier to do this. I might do a detailed tutorial on how the bit operations work to get this working with the yeah bitwise operations. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see that. I might end up doing that. But yeah, now I'm just missing the tier 8 water, which is the one I'm most scared about, because that seems the most random. Luckily, I actually have been really lucky on this, because I'm not really sure if the sequence for the quarks are fixed, but I was in the stream and someone shared their sequence. I think it's the sequence. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into the tier 8 water, so I actually have the I have the sequence saved for the tier 8 water, but I guess I'll figure that out soonish, since this is not the tier 8 water is coming pretty soon. I'm pretty sure. Okay, it doesn't show like this, but yeah, that's that. No changes, of course, in here, but I really need to overclock this, because this is a major bottleneck right now. It's basically the same as last time. Last time I also got major bottlenecks from that, so yeah, we really need to upgrade. Our power, I'm pretty sure it's the same, but I guess I'll be upgrading this soon whenever I feel like playing much. I haven't really been playing like much. Feel like playing much the past few days, like I've said. But I guess I'll start moving on into the Mega Nakuda line first to get the stuff. This is turned on. Yeah, this. Why is this turned on actually? 60 hours. That's been a long time turned off. I'm not really sure why this turned off, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not going to go through everything right now. I have bigger fish to fry. But yeah, I'm pretty sure no changes here. I think I showed you guys the redox line the last time. I actually did buff this stuff. This one here. I Yeah, I enabled the perfect overclocking in the config, so now it's works as at a more reasonable speed, and we are at yeah 1 million polymer redox. I might start using that for plates for the PCBs, maybe, but we'll see. And I still need to do all of the replacing of this stuff with the intense chemical distorters and so on. Oh, I also had the tier 2 upgrade for this. I'm not really sure if I mentioned this last week, but since we got the redox, we now can start overclocking, or not overclocking, I mean parallelizing our PCB factory. So that's pretty cool. And also this got buffed in the last patch, so now we get more parallels per nanites, which is pretty good. But yeah, I still need to. This is running UHV, I'm pretty sure. I still need to UHV or UAV. I need to do the lasers to upgrade this even more, because this is also another big bottleneck. I guess our main two big bottlenecks right now it's this one and the component assembly line, so that's something I need to look into. I think to end off the video, I just need to show you guys the changes to our processing. So as you guys might know, our processing wasn't really able to keep up last week, so I did a few mega upgrades, let's say. And I also added a few more miners. I added the miners into the Mayhem belt, which is this tier 9 planet, and basically this has all of the plotline materials. As you guys can see, it has I mean the Awakened Draconium is only in here, but it has osmium, it has nickel, palladium, platinum, and iridium, so it has all of them, which is really nice. But yeah, right now we are not really able to keep up with this. I completely forgot last night to do something with this. Since this is actually running in our washer, this is not even running in this chemical bath. Yeah, this is not even running chemical bath mode with the mercury to get more resources out of this stuff. So I'm pretty sure I'll just yeah, I think I'll end up moving some of this stuff to our new multi-blocks, but I guess I'll start showing them now. First off, this is a new macerator. This is incredibly fast. It's actually way faster than I thought it would be. Where's my scanner? Oh, it's here. It has 32,000 parallel, and yeah, it's pretty fast. This is in batch mode, as you guys can see. What I should do really is just have up the stack size. But yeah, it works pretty well. I think I had some millions of items stocked here because these ones weren't even near to keeping up. And this, I mean, a few minutes and it was all gone. I was impressed with the speed. But yeah, it just goes. I tried disabling these ones and just letting this run, but it wasn't really able to keep up because of all of the different types of items. Not really the amounts, but just the types. So I'd had to turn this on again. I mean, this could easily be fixed if I set this to a bigger stack size, so it would only pull whenever we get above uh, a big number of one of the stacks. I can show you guys. For example, let's go 1,000, and basically all of the resources here will start building up, and whenever they get 1,000, like here, basically it will turn on and process them really easily. That's the best way to go about this. But to be honest, and this is just me being me, I guess. I don't really like to see this full. I want to see this as clean as possible. So I'm processing everything when it comes in. I just have the stack size here to 30 because if I have this to 1, then yeah, this is not able to process everything. So I need to do it this way. to strike a good balance between the two. But yeah, then of course, with more crusts coming in, more impures were also coming in. So our macerators were not able to keep up, not even close. So I added the molecular deconstructor. I showed you guys this one before. This is the same one that's there. The main difference is that this one is a little bit longer. I think this has 13 slices, so it has a lot of parallel. This should be, yeah, this has 312, a lot of parallel, and this has 13 slices. Whenever we get to 16 slices, they actually start having perfect overclocking. But to be honest, I don't really even need it. Don't even needed this to be this big. I just built this big because I had a lot of backlog to process. So basically, this helped a lot taking care of the backlog. That was my main goal, main goal for it. And finally, this thingy here. This is actually the mega array, which is I guess an advanced version of the old processing array, RIP processing array. And yeah, this is actually pretty cool multi-block. I think it's way more. One of the complaints that I guess the guys had in the Discord, GTNH Discord, about the processing array was that it was a too basic machine able to do everything. But I guess this iteration from Twist uh, really add some new mechanics to the processing array to make it go much faster and be much better than the normal processing array. This is a different beast altogether, I'd say. But yeah, basically the story for this one is again, our washers were not even close to be able to keeping up. These were much slower machines by default than the macerators and the centrifuges. So basically, yeah, they were not really able to keep up. And right now they are turned off. This is enough to handle everything. But yeah, the way this works, this is basically the main structure here. And then we have the add-ons, which is this stuff here, which is pretty damn big. Way bigger than I thought. Yeah, the add-ons, it's a little bit harder to understand. I don't really understand them completely. But basically, I think the coils set the speed of the machine. As you guys can see here, this has a 2.25 speed boost, so I guess this is from the coils. And then this also has a provided parallelism of 1024. The parallelism is a little bit complicated to understand at first, but basically we have, or at least in the add-on, you can run this without the add-on. Yeah, without the add-on, this basically just works as a normal processing array. You just place them 64 machines and they get consumed. Of course, I'm using our washers here, and yeah, the machines get consumed. But if you have add-ons, you can actually place more machines. So in this case, with a single add-on, I think you can have up to 4 add-ons. But with a single add-on, you can place up to 256 machines here, I think. But then these casings here, these ones, those ones, basically they change how many parallels you are able to do per machine. So right now I have 1024. I have 256 ore washers here, UV ore washers, mind you. So yeah, this is the second tier of parallelism coils. They are these ones here, these ones. So basically they allow us to have 4 machines in one machine. So that's basically the where the 1024 comes. It's basically the 256 ore washers I placed here times 4. That comes to 1024 machines. That's how it works. And of course I can add more add-ons. Again, I can go up to 4, and this can go up to crazy speeds and crazy parallels. This can go up to max int parallels, I'm pretty sure. So it's pretty crazy. And as you guys can see, it goes through the resource pretty fast. I just wish there was a button to enable or disable the batch mode. I tried with a screwdriver, but of course the screwdriver is used to insert and output machines from the buses. That's why it doesn't really work. Not really sure what will work, but I guess it's fine. Right, this is enough. But yeah, that's the ore processing upgrades. What I'm thinking right now is, since we have the big 3 machines, what I'm thinking is just to... Oh, this is full? No. What I'm thinking is just to, instead of having like a ore plant just for... Oh, this is disabled. Not enough item output space. Oh, this is not good. Okay, I'll have to check this later. Um, but but yeah, since we have so much processing speed, I was thinking if it wouldn't be possible to just, instead of having the simple wash and the forge hammer, basically to send all of the things that would go here to here, and all of the things that would go here in the simple washer to here. Not really sure if they would be able to keep up. I'd say they would, but I haven't really tested it. But I'm actually kind of curious to see what would happen in that scenario. So I might try this with this one first. This one is a little bit more tricky because it does not only do the dusts, and the dusts would usually go here, right? So since the dust would usually go there, I'm not really sure. Yeah, you can't really ore wash, I don't think. So yeah, this would be a lot harder to split up. I guess we can do it with the type filter, but yeah, it would just be a little bit more inconvenient. But that's something I'll basically I'll check in the meantime. But yeah, goals for now. I need to set up the neutronium compressor. It's a really big multi-block, and I don't really want to dig a hole to place this in. I don't really like most of the big multi-blocks, so yeah. I also want to start getting some singularity cells, but these are a little bit harder to get since it requires a lot of UEV circuits. And I have also been looking into the pattern optimization matrix. I have been always a lot lazy with my patterns, so they end up usually going 1 to 1. It's very rarely when I actually multiply them for them to be faster. I mean, this one is, but most of them aren't, as you guys can see. So that would help a lot in optimizing the patterns and making them go faster. But yeah, I never really used this. I'm not really sure how this works even. I'll need to check that out. I was actually going to craft this, but for some reason, not really sure why, this needs to be optical processor. This can't be any other UV circuit. So that's a bit weird, but okay, I guess I'll just have to get opticals, which, to be honest, they are coming up pretty soon. I'm pretty sure we should be able, yeah, to start them pretty soon here. Yeah, we are getting close to get the opticals. The opticals are very slow, however. Oh, I also have to do this the tier 4 fusion, because the stuff we get for the tier 4 fusion is quite fucking slow. I really want to get the this one, the compact Mark IV, but I remember last time it was a huge pain to get the compact Mark IV fusion. It was really hard to get, mostly just because of the amount of resources for the amount of Vapotronic supercapacitors. Not the Vapotronic supercapacitors, the I mean, are they called Vapotronic supercapacitors? Super, it's this one's here. Oh, they are energy orbs. Yeah, the Vapotron supercapacitor is a multi-block. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's this thingy. But yeah, I guess I'll end the video here for today. I guess it's a pretty long one. Most of the time was just me talking. But yeah, kind of a different video this week. I'll see what I can get you guys next week. But until then, bye bye.